everyone, Barker here, mum of three and general crafter, normally focusing on crochet, and as we are in doll week, it's the same this week. And this week's doll is a request by Twin2.
So I want you to make an angel on top of the Christmas tree with white hair, with white wings and blonde hair. With a white dress as well.
So, I'm going to work through a very simple doll design for an angel for the top of the Christmas tree.
Here's my reference sketch, nothing fancy here. I realise that this is quite sped up and not very clear, but it's simply just the arms and legs. They are very basic tubes, working on the round with a colour change to white for the sleeve details for the arm, and the legs start with a white detail for little shoes and work up in a tube on the round again for the leg. With two legs made, it's time to join them and also create this doll's knickers. There are a few increases here to give the doll a slight bit of shape, but it's nothing drastic. As I said at the beginning, the basic structure of this doll is very basic. Normally at this point I would continue up the doll and leave the skirt till last, but instead with this one I decided to switch the direction of my round and continue with the skirt. The skirt itself, you can see, went almost to the doll's feet. I didn't record this as it was just rows and rows of double crochet, then some half crochet onto some trebles. As you can see here, I've then continued with the body of the doll, which is also the bodice of the dress. It was simply connected where I switched directions of my round. Once again, there's nothing really complicated here, maybe a few decreases or increases just to give a slight bit more shape, but as I say, nothing drastic. The arms are joined directly to the body, simply continuing the round of the bodice of the dress, as the arms don't need to be moving. This is just a much simpler joining method. There are some decreases coming in now just as we go up to the neck and obviously the end of the body of the angel. The last row of the dress is in the front loops only and just creates a very traditional angelic looking collar. Just trying to keep with that very traditional angel feel. The neck is then connected to the back loops behind the collar. And instead of doing a separate headpiece as I would normally do, I simply continued up from the neck into the head. Before decreasing, I put a dowel in place and did the final bit of stuffing. The hair is done the way I normally do, by first creating a skull cap. Oh, and I also put some ears on here as well. Here I'm making the two front fringe pieces of hair. For the ponytail, I chose to make it in two sections. This is the section above the bobble. This was the first attempt and it did not go well. Second attempt did though. The bottom of the ponytail, however, took a lot more than two attempts to do it. and each time I'd wrote down every single step of the bottom part of this ponytail, and each time it just wasn't right. I think maybe I did 4, maybe even 5 attempts at the base of this ponytail before I came to one that I could genuinely accept. The halo is going to be made out of this glow-in-the-dark yarn, but as I explained in the previous video, this yarn only actually has 2 strands of glow-in-the-dark running through it. So it's not actually the best about glowing in the dark, but it should give a good enough effect for my little girl.
So here's the halo done. It's just a basic circle, so that's why I didn't show it. It's going to be attached to the back of the head here. Now the wings, I've already done one, and I'll show you the checking of the pattern for the second one. And this has been done with a strand of normal white plus 1 strand of this glow in the dark yarn, which I've used in a previous video.
While the wings are not stuffed and do lay flat, they are created on the round just so it is double thickness to give it much more of a defined shape and rigidity I can't say it on the final piece. There are quite a lot of increases and decreases when it comes to these wings, and also for their final finishing parts they are laid flat and slip stitched together. That's both the sides slip stitched together in different places before moving on to other structural pieces. So I have recorded these bits in full separately, and when I publish the pattern I'll publish a link to those parts of the videos as well. And for the final touches, construction, putting the wings together, putting them on the doll, putting on the halo, securing the arms in front, and the little eye details.
Hi, I'm going to pop back in here. I'd just like to say a huge thank you for all of the feedback I've had on AI to reality. The poll for the next video has closed, and the winner is the mushroom house. Now on YouTube, none of you will be surprised about that because you guys only voted for the mushroom house. But over on Tumblr, it was a little bit tight. It was like 35% voted for the mushroom house, while like 30% voted for the cat organizer. So I'm definitely going to put the cat organizer in the next poll, but that's for next week's video when we'll be doing AI to reality.
I think it's amazing.
Oh, thank you. So her wings will glow in the dark and so will her halo.
Bye YouTube.